Hi everyone and welcome. This is Kathy from Beads, Boxes and Beyond, and I have a new journal that I have completed, a pretty big size journal. It's really a handful, but something that I really enjoyed making. And my journals, I want to tell you, they're all soft spine journals, which means that it is easy for a left or handwriting person to be able to open my books flat and be able to journal. My books are functional art. They're not just journals that are full of colorful pages. My journals have a few pages, I want to say a signature that holds, like this here, holds a variety of items, but most of my contents are writing paper because I want the person who owns it to write in their journal, not just flip through it. So here are some things I just wanted to point out on the cover. I have a nameplate here that you can very easily put whatever you want on there. I have a leather spine. It's about, I want to say maybe 2 inches. And like I said, it's just chock full of all kinds of stuff. The back cover is an original vintage photo of a young lady. This is an actual piece that it was in the relief embossed piece, and I put like corners on it to enhance it a little bit. But I was afraid with this being on the back of the book and sliding around or just being in the elements, I wanted to preserve this and not have a problem with it. So I was able to come up with an idea of just staining a bit of this plastic, and I hate to use plastic in my journals, but I used this and tried to age it to look like the author on the back of a book. You know how some of the book covers we have show the author, a picture of the author on the back. So that's what I kind of wanted to do. The backs of the books kind of get lost. They don't get decorated, and almost like there's no purpose to it. So I wanted to decorate the back as much as I wanted to decorate the front. Penmanship, writing, it's a lost art, and they're not teaching it to children like they should be. So a lot of my journals have to do with writing, have to do with penmanship, and hopefully the person who owns it won't just set it on a table, but they'll actually use it. So I really like some of the waxing that I do, the wax seals, and I usually put one of these little plates right here in the front cover, but I just love this piece of paper, and I didn't want to do that. So instead I put it on this first sheet of paper. Like I said, I only have a few signatures where I do vintage items just to inspire the writer. Now these things don't have to stay in here if you don't want them. Like the little items that I have tucked away. You don't have to keep those in the book. You can do whatever you want. Throw them out and put your own little notes in there. Like I said, it's to inspire the writer. Lots of places to write, lots of places to tuck things. And this here, I kind of started this journal on education. And this is pretty cool. This is somebody's actual report card, and signed by the parent, signed by the teacher, and it is dated 1932 to 1933, and it's Charles Rauch, Rauch, R-A-U-C-H is what I'm reading. Rauch. So this is the kind of report card I remember taking home when I was in elementary school, and having the signatures, and somewhere I'm hoping my parents still had them. I had never came up. This is just an old piece that came in a bunch of, I don't know, ephemera I bought. I had an autograph book, and I took the pages out, and this is an actual, part of an autograph book. There's little sayings and poems and things that people wrote, and this one is from 1926. So that's the first part of this book. When you get introduced to it, it's just like, here it is in your face. This looked like a teacher, didn't it? Looks like a science teacher to me. And some of these illustrations that I was able to come across are pretty cool too. So on the back side, I have a card from a card catalog, handwritten in the time. Of course, this is a reproduction. It's not actually a real one, but it turned out to be pretty cool. I also have just a piece of, vintage looking paper. Piece of calligraphy paper in there to back up my pocket, just to add pizzazz. So here's the signature with papers, and I put different kinds of papers to write on, different sizes to break up the monotony, to add form and function and design, just really cool things like that. And this is the back of the first signature. And this here is a pocket, and I have an actual card here, postcard, and it's dated 1934 with somebody's note on it. I'm not going to read it to you right now. It's in a nice vellum pocket so you can see through it, which I really, really, really like. And an old flash card. Remember these? I do. So, yeah, that goes right in there. A little bit of calligraphy or collage done on that. And on the back side, I have a little pocket here. And what was funny, I think this is like from one of the speeches that Abraham Lincoln did. And this is a cut off piece of it where there was some signatures. And I saw Abraham Lincoln, president. So I was able to find somebody's old snapshot of when they went to Washington, D.C., an actual photo, and use that to tuck right there. I have a little tiny pouch here that you can put anything you'd like. I did not put a thing in there. That's for you to fill. We have a card back here that you can write on. That's tucked in here just to say, hey, there's a pocket here. You can slide papers in there and hide different things. Like I said, we've got pages and pages of stuff. Here we have a page that has 3 pockets in it. Each pocket has a little place where you can tuck something, and each pocket has a tag that you can write on, and it just gets tucked right in here with an overlay on top. So we have it just like this, and we've got vintage photos on top of them, and they just tuck right in there. On this page here, we have another report card. This report card is from 1939. And this one actually has grades on it. The other ones were like satisfactory or not. Then we have back here the alphabet. We have it in cursive, uppercase, lowercase. They call it script. And then we have the printed version, which is the Roman alphabets there. And then we have more pages to write on. Plenty of pages. This one here just happens to be an index from something. But lots of pages. This page here, the signature, we have a little specimen in a slide, piece of horticulture or chemistry or, science class type of thing. Here we have a young lady looking through her microscope. That's a bit of a collage I did right there. We have an actual graduation from 1939. Okay. And these are just so cool to look at sometimes, that this was actually sent to somebody in 1939 before World War II. What was this person wondering? What was her Betty Jo? What was her goals in life? Was she fearing war, the tensions in between America and Japan, and all that was going in the other side of the world? And you just wonder, this graduate, You know, she had everything going for her before the war. This here is a library pocket that I tried to recreate and did a little bit of, this is a printed on a clear acetate, and I covered it over top of the pocket, which had a stamp of a globe on there. So it's a pretty cool idea. And of course, just a card from the files, you know, that's from the back of the file. And here we have another pocket. And this pocket we have, this is a booklet from, it's like history of things that happen at different times of the years. And I thought it'd be appropriate to put there. Here's a reproduction of a library card. I'm not too crazy about reproductions, but I had it and I thought I'd stick it in there. Picture of a school. It looks like it might be a school of the blind because it says Braille. And you can write notes on it and do whatever you want with it. So that's just right here in this pocket. And on this side we have a belly band, and in the belly band we have a picture of another school with the teacher and all the children. And this one here we have an actual letter. This is not a reproduction, from 1932. And look at that penmanship. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a bit frail. Look at that in French. Isn't that beautiful? So that is tucked away right underneath here with a paper clip to keep it in place so it doesn't fall out. We've got our elementary school paper. You guys remember writing on that, right? So on this side of the signature here, we have College of Technology. And it's made into a pocket. We have a reproduction of a perfect attendance award, and you can use that to write on and make notes. This here came from an actual book, one of those that was falling apart, Juvenile Publications. It tells you the price of some of the books and the authors. I thought that was kind of neat. So that shouldn't be pulled out too many times because it is a little on the frail side. But it's so cool to look at. On this side here, we have a pocket, a very shallow pocket. We have a little story here of the blacksmith, a place to write on if you'd like. And this is, like I said, from the autograph book. So here is another poem, and it was dated in 1926 and just one-sided. So we'll put that back in there nice. And this is pretty cool. This is a letter that was, I printed on vellum. I just love that look of that. And the other half of it will be over here. Here we have a playing card that I did some collage work on and just have it here in place with this clip. We have a pocket with a couple of kids walking to school with their big old backpacks. And in here, we have just some lessons. It's a card to write on. This here is an actual card from the school, promoted from first grade, promoted to the first grade. So this is somebody that left kindergarten, going to first grade, and it's 1928. I love, 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 love putting original ephemera in my books. I just think it adds so much to it. Here's a page with a cascading writing section where you can just write all you want there. We have a pocket here in the middle, and it just has, here's another one of those poems that came from the autograph book. And we have this little piece in here. See, it's a pocket on both sides that you can write on. This is a grid for medium nib. That is for writing with a calligraphy pen. And more papers. And on this side we have a young lady, actual photo here. And we have another card that you can write on. This is like for music, but it's great to write on for calligraphy. And same thing here. We've got pieces of paper you can write on, tucked into the old maid card. And another card here that you can write on. And that was an envelope folded in half, split the top, and made into 2 pockets, one on each side, here and here. And here we have another end of a signature, and here's that alphabet that I printed and put on a card for writing. You've got your elementary school paper on that side, and this is an old spelling list that you would get, and it was like on one side of the paper, and you have, you know, made, and then on this side you had to copy it, and it was like for 2nd grade or so, 3rd grade. Here we have another pocket with the alphabet. This is a little tag that you can write on. I'm very big on wax seals. I love the wax seal look. And here's just a reproduction piece I had. Here's the other half of that paper. Excuse me. And we're down here to the last signature. We've got pages here to write on. We have this cloth piece, which I like putting in a book. And in it we have, let's see if I can do this without causing too much problem. This one here has, can you see it? There we go. Yearbook staff pin from somebody from long ago. And that's in this little envelope. We've got a couple of kids that look like they would have worked on the yearbook staff. And this is somebody's initials. It looks like it's a CJ. I mean, there's like 4 different initials on there. So I'm not sure who or what they are, but I just thought that was kind of cool. This side here, we have an old postcard of a university in Connecticut. Look at that penmanship on there. Very nice. It's so hard to find postcards where the dealers don't just tear off the stamps and sell those separately. That's what's hard to find. This is just a card from a game. And here we have a bookmark. It's got a clear acetate on it. Looks like, you know, postage. It's kind of cool. Open this up. We have a place, another cascading place to have notes. In here we have, this is a card that I got in somebody's traveling things of Rome. I can't read it because I don't know the language. And here we have, you know, a couple sheets of paper for you to write on. Maybe you'd like to travel and stick your notes in there, you know. Then on this side, we have this young gentleman. Look at that, so dapper. This is an actual photograph. Remember when they used to do photographs and they were put on postcards? And that's what that is. And then this is another reproduction card that you can write on, note-taking, whatever. We have a hidden pocket right here. This is one of the pages in that book. These are poets, and you can write and take notes on the back of that one. So there's a pocket here. And on this side, we've got another picture of kids in class reading. And behind here, we have another reproduction, a library card, catalog card we can write on. Maps we can write on. And this is an actual spelling test. We've got a 100 on it. It was a lot longer here, like that. You would turn that in after your spelling. And this person got 100% on it. They were doing really good studying and doing their homework. Just brings back memories, doesn't it? When you were young. So that's it. That's the end of my book. Another page of beautiful map work. And of course, it's by me. And I just wanted to share this flip through because sometimes when you're online looking at product on like Etsy, you're limited. So I just want to share. Maybe it'll inspire somebody how to do something. Or if you do have questions, on how I did something or a product I use, please, put it down below. I have links also below that'll take you to my Etsy shop, my Facebook page, Instagram, and I do a lot of postings on those too. So this is just a flip through, and I want to thank you for coming and joining me today. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will catch you guys on the next finished journal. I'll see ya. Bye.